Hi folks! Today we're going to talk about one of the more basic rudiments that a lot of other rudiments are built on. It's one of the most important ones to be able to master and to know. And even when you become an advanced player, you still have to rely on this rudiment a lot. That's why it's so fundamental and so important. And that rudiment is the paradiddle. As you may or may not know, a paradiddle is simply a group of four notes. And the sticking for those four notes is either right, left, right, right, or left, right, left, left. Paradiddles are usually played in multiples quite often, and so you would alternate between the right hand lead paradiddle, right, left, right, right, and then the left hand lead paradiddle, left, right, left, left, because one paradiddle actually sets you up to play the other one. And like I said, the rhythm is very even. You can think of it as 16th notes or 8th notes or quarter notes or whatever works for you, but there are no rests between any of the notes. It's just a steady right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. The other thing about a paradiddle, most of the time in its original form, there's an accent at the beginning of each group of four notes, at the beginning of each paradiddle. So that looks like this. For the sake of this video, let me go ahead and let you guys know, in case it gets flipped around in your viewing or in the recording, this is my right hand, and this is my left hand that I'm waving over here, okay? So, two paradiddles back to back, a right hand and then a left hand, would look, with an accent at the beginning of each one, would look like this. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Now you'll notice when I'm playing these, all the unaccented notes I'm playing as low 3-inch taps. And my accents I'm bringing up to a full 12-inch height and bringing them down as strong, snappy downstrokes. The other thing that's important to notice is that when I'm playing the diddle or the double stroke on one hand, I'm prepping the other hand, the other stick, for the accent that's about to come. So notice this. I'll just do one of them, a right hand lead paradiddle, and you watch how when I play the double right, watch how I prep the left. I prepare it for the accent that it's about to play. So I'm going to start here and go right, left, prep, prep. I'm prepping that left while I'm playing these two taps. I'll do that again. Right, left, right, right. Now in slow motion, we can have the temptation to want to ratchet those the left hand stick up that I'm prepping when I say right, left, prep, prep. But you don't want that. You want the prep to be a nice smooth motion while you're playing this double stroke on one hand, you're smoothly prepping the other hand. The same is true when I do a left hand lead paradiddle. I then prep the right when I'm playing the double left. Left, right, left, left. I'll do two of them in a row and watch when the preps happen. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. So four of them back to back would look like this, a little more quickly. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Those are paradiddles. That's what we're working on. I'll make a note, one other note, something for you to think about. Some people like to teach the prep not as something you do during the double stroke on one hand. Some people like to actually teach the prep like it is an upstroke on the second note of any paradiddle. So that would mean, if I'm playing a right hand paradiddle, that would mean I play downstroke with my right hand, upstroke with my left hand, so the prep is built into that stroke, and then I play right, right. Okay, so that means downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap. Downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap. Now that's a valid way to approach it and a valid way to think about it. But in my experience as a teacher and as a player, that doesn't really become applicable until you are at faster tempos. When I'm playing, those are paradiddles. Paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. Those, in those moments, my left hand, as soon as I play right, left, that second note if I'm doing a right hand lead or the second note with the left, I've got to get it up so quickly, it in effect becomes an upstroke while I'm playing this. And that upstroke happens while the upward motion of the stick after I've played the note happens while I'm playing the diddle or the double on the other hand. But when we're playing at slower tempos, thinking of that second note as an upstroke, it leaves the stick hanging up here for longer than it needs to be. It ends up looking a little awkward. We end up not having our sticks at home base for more of the time. It ends up looking like downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap, downstroke, upstroke. So the stick is just hanging out up here while I'm playing this because I can play a true upstroke and get that stick way back up. So I recommend that you think of it, if you think of it as just prepping the accent while you're playing the diddle or the double stroke on the other hand, the upstroke at faster tempos takes care of itself. If you are prepping it during those two notes, you're going to have it there when it needs to be there. Okay, and that prep will naturally happen more quickly and as the rudiment gets faster, and it'll actually end up becoming an upstroke. As always, with any rudiment, it's important to practice this thing two ways. The first way being a moderate tempo. Just whatever, once you've kind of understand the rudiment, you want to play it at a tempo that feels relaxed for you, where you're using good technique and you're playing the correct sticking and rhythm, and your right hand and your left hand both sound, they both sound the same as one another. All your taps look and feel and sound the same, and all your accents look and feel and sound the same. So whatever, moderate is a relative term, and whatever tempo works for you to kind of, it's not too fast, not too slow, moderato. So that would, for me, that would kind of look like this. And for a lot of intermediate students, it might look like this. Paradiddle, paradiddle. Or maybe about here. Paradiddle. We just make sure it's a nice, good, even sound at a moderate tempo. I'm going to go a little faster. Nice and moderately quick. Now for beginning students, while you're learning this, a moderate tempo might be a lot slower than that, and that's fine. If you have to go right, left, prep, prep, left, right, prep, prep, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. If that's where you need to be in order to make sure that you're playing it with good technique and playing all the components of it accurately, that's okay. You can call that your moderate tempo or moderato. The other way that it's important to play and practice any rudiment is slow to fast to slow. Some people call that open to close to open. I prefer the term slow to fast to slow. The presentation of the rudiment should not increase or decrease in volume during this time. It should stay the same volume. The only thing that should change is the tempo, is the speed you're playing the paradiddle. And that should be very even and very smooth as you make the transition from slow to fast to slow. So that would look like this. Right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left. Call that my fastest. Hold it there. Then slow down. Take your time when you're slowing it down. The same amount of time you took. Prep, 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 prep. I'll just play a single note as a release. That's fine. Or I could have just ended with the double left. Or the double right on whatever paradiddle I was playing in the moment. So I'm not sure if we critique me, if I played that back and look at it, if I would give myself an A+ on that. I think that when I decided to turn the rudiment around and slow it down, I might have hit the brakes a little too hard and started slowing down at a slightly quicker rate than I did as I was approaching my fastest tempo. So those are things that I would want to work on, things that I want to pay attention to. So it's helpful to record yourself doing it, and you might notice things on a playback, watching yourself on a playback of a video or even just an audio recording. You might notice things that you didn't notice when you were actually performing the rudiment because your attention was on just trying to get the sticking and the sound correct. You might notice, ooh, the pacing was a little different than I had perceived. I don't think I was too far off, but I don't think it was perfect. Now, it's also worth noting, as I will say with any rudiment, if your fastest paradiddle is not as fast as what I just played, that is okay. We're always working on increasing our top speeds, but for the purpose of presenting and practicing slow to fast to slow, you have to just identify at wherever you are right now, what's the fastest you can play the paradiddle, and then work on making the paradiddle, on presenting a range of tempo from really, really slow to whatever your fastest is, and then gradually slowing it back down. So it might not take you as long as it took me to do it, but you can maybe start a little slower and just take a little more time in presenting it to get to your fastest tempo. Okay, that's it. Work on them. Things to remember: nice, low, relaxed taps on the last three notes of any group of four, and a strong, snappy downstroke accent. We want all our motion to come from our wrist and fingers. Very little of it should come from our arm or our elbow. There are times where we can begin to use different types of strokes and use something that's known as a molar stroke to kind of whip in, use a little more arm. That's a different, more advanced technique than the purpose of this, than what this video is trying to address. So right now we're thinking about all our motion coming from our wrist and our fingers. So, and if you can get good, strong, snappy power from there, that's a great place to start. And then incorporating other things after that is something to consider later. Okay,